Oh, I'm so
So, please tell us how your audition went for the part of Kristen.
My audition. Oh wow. It's funny actually because originally when I got the audition request, I said I am not doing this. I am not going to audition. There's no way I will ever get this part and it's too scary. And I put it off for a couple days. And then the audition deadline was coming up and I kept looking at it and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna send it in. I didn't think I was right for the part. I was way too scared to do it, but I was like, this will be a good challenge for me, nonetheless. And I did it. And then I got a call like about a month later out of the blue, and they told me I got the part, um, which was kind of a shake for me. But I ultimately was like, okay, this is a sign that I need to be pushed out of my comfort zone and elevated and just do something that will completely shake me as a person and as an actor. And so I did it.
Oh, I'm glad you did. You nailed it. You were great in it.
Thank you.
Very different from your role in The Watchful Eye.
Yes. Oh, you've seen The Watch
Oh, I
Lie.
love that show. I'm still mad they canceled it.
Well, me too. I loved that cast and crew. They were so wonderful.
I'm sure. And do you had you all the auditions are now on done by like iPhone and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, everything's just done via self-tape. Sometimes we do Zoom auditions for like callbacks, but everything's just we film ourselves.
Which do you like better, the in-person auditions or doing it on tape?
You know what? I really miss in-person auditions. Now
Yeah.
I think I would have a really hard time getting back into the groove because there's this like you get like this like adrenaline rush that's like your body shake. Oh, for me at least, I get so nervous. But I think that it was exciting. It was like an event and it kind of fueled me. So I really miss them.
Yeah. And so when was the movie shot and how long did it take?
We shot it in November and it was 3 weeks. I think it was 13 days.
Wow, that was quick. This
It was very quick. Yeah.
this past November, right?
Yeah, just this past November, we
Wow,
started very early November.
that's
Yeah.
great. And had you worked with any of the cast or crew before?
No, everybody was new to me.
Oh, that's good. Did it take you anything to get used to being this different person and dressing up in all the fancy clothes and being sexy and all that?
Yeah, yeah, it took a lot for me. I was really, really nervous. But I'm really glad I did it. I think that again, like it pushed me out of my comfort zone. The
Sure.
costumes really did help, and the hair and makeup were so incredible. Our team was amazing, and that really did help me. Like transform and kind of it was easier to see myself like to remove myself from it when I was like all dolled up because I was like, okay, that doesn't really look like me.
Yeah.
So it was easier to I think lean into that.
Okay. And did you ever know anyone in real life that got in trouble with giving out too much personal information online or anything like that?
Oh man, I'm sure I have. I nothing comes to mind. I mean, you hear stories all the time on the news. And I remember just growing up hearing about like girls that would, you know, send photos and then they would get leaked at school. And I remember like those stories in itself just really, really scared me. And I've always been very cautious about like social media and the internet. And like my parents always taught me to like be very careful about what I post and put on the internet, especially when you're young, because your
Sure.
brain's still developing and you don't have a sense of identity and you don't really I don't think you have like a true sense of like how big the internet is and how quickly things can unravel.
Um,
It's no longer in your hands. Like even if you delete a post,
mm,
it's still out there.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when you're a teenager, you also don't really have a sense of of danger in general. You don't think of it that way. You think you're going to live forever and nothing can touch you.
Completely.
'Cause
Yeah.
in high school, I knew people that took a lot of chances with drugs and speeding and their car and stuff like that. So I that's pretty common. So, what was the most fun you had making this? What
Oh my gosh.
part of
I
it was fun?
like every day was so fun because like we had a really good group of people It was just like, I mean, other than the movie itself is pretty dark, but like when we weren't filming, everyone was just like light and airy, and just having a great time. The party scene was really fun, like with my the kids that played my friends, Josh and Vienna and Forrest and Gina. We all got like very close very quickly. Like we only had a couple days on set, but like any time that we had like the little gang together was really fun. And I really loved working with Matt and Camille, who played my parents, because they're just like insanely talented actors, and I learned so much from them.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
And what was the most challenging aspect besides the fact that you were playing a character very different than yourself?
I would say um, because like the story, like I think like a lot of stories, like they start off slow, and then there's a bit of a build, and then you have a big climax, and then it comes down. But I think after the conversation that she has with her parents when she says that she wants to go to fashion school, when I looked at the script, I was really intimidated by it because individually you could look at every single scene and you could play it at like a 100 emotionally, and like I think that like the stakes could be so high, especially with like teenagers and how like emotional their lives can be, and like how everything feels so big. But I didn't want everything to like be like always overly emotional or always like just like, oh, she was always reeling. And so I think just like finding a pacing and finding a way to like still have that journey until it completely falls apart was a challenge, was pretty a challenge for me.
Okay. And is there anything that you say you have in common with Kristen?
I think so. I actually think that we're very, very much alike. I think what that's also why I think it scared me. Like I can see a lot of myself in her before she does the exclusive patrons, because like she's got a really great relationship with her family and with her friends, and she's like fueled by this passion of going to fashion school. And I was like, well, I can relate to that because I'm like, I love acting, and that's always like, that's what I've been wanting to do the last like little bit of my life. And I think I could easily see how when you're pursuing something that you want so bad, how one wrong choice could like really lead you down a scary path. And I think that's where I was like, oh wow, like I could see how this could so easily happen to anyone. Maybe not with like exclusive patrons or OnlyFans because that's such a like a choice.
Right.
But, like falling into, it's so easy to fall into the wrong crowd, or um, take a job that maybe doesn't serve you. Um, yeah, I saw a lot of myself in her, I think.
Were you a straight A student like she was?
Yeah, I loved school. I enjoyed
Okay.
school. Yeah.
Good. And do you have anything else that you're working on or that's coming out you can tell us about? Or
I did a show called The Irrationals.
oh, I love
Right,
that show.
yeah, right after I did Cam Girl, and that was really fun. So that episode I think is airing like the 29th, like 2 days
Oh,
after. Yeah, two
great.
days after. So that was a great experience
Oh,
too.
great. Well, I'll definitely watch you on there.
Okay.
I never miss that show.
Oh, good. Jesse's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate your talking to me today.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.